Welcome back, champs. In this video, I'm going to share exactly how to drop body fat without starving yourself, without suffering, and without spending hours in the gym. I'm going to share 3 easy ways to drop body fat. Let's get into the action. Number 1, the first easy way to drop body fat is simply walking. For the full month of December in 2022, I did a walking challenge with a group of people, meaning we had to walk 1 mile every single day for the month of December. Listen, there's tons of different ways to do cardio. You can do the Stairmaster, you can do the elliptical, you could go outside and run. But the point is, we can simply walk and get a certain amount of steps in on a daily basis, and we can drop more body fat because we're increasing our calorie burn percentage. Let's say, for example, you're sedentary and you're only walking 2,000-3,000 steps a day. Then imagine walking 1 mile a day and getting that step count up to 1,000, 10,000, maybe even 12,000 steps every single day. Don't you think you'd be able to drop more body fat just doing that? And that's not running. I'm talking about just walking. I literally walked on a treadmill on an incline of about 5 incline, 3 miles per hour, if not a little bit more, like 3.5, no more than like 4 miles per hour, just depending on how I was feeling. And that's an easy and simple way to drop body fat. And one of the cool parts about just walking is that it doesn't raise our appetite. It doesn't raise our hunger levels. When I tend to do a lot of running or sprinting, after I get done doing that type of cardio, my appetite is through the roof. Like, I want to eat everything in sight. And that's what I see a lot of people experiencing, because when you do cardio like that, yes, it's higher intensity, but you're also gonna find yourself wanting to eat more, and sometimes it takes even longer to recover after a more high intense type of cardio. And so walking is an easy way to drop body fat. I mean, dang it, anybody can do it, especially if you don't have any type of injuries with your legs or anything like that. And you can do it outside, you can do it at the park, you can do it on your treadmill at the house, or even at the gym. This is by far one of the easiest ways to drop body fat. And one of the other great benefits about walking is that it helps you clear your mind. Like, I live a very high stress lifestyle because I'm always doing something different. I'm always creating content, doing sales calls. I'm making sure that my coaching clients are on point, and so many other things, just creating ideas for the content. It's a lot going on, and I find myself having brain fog from time to time. But whenever I go into the gym, I get a good lift in, I do some walking. After I leave out the gym, I feel like a new person. I feel refreshed, I feel rejuvenated, and I have energy and focus again. And so just know, if you're seeing these people on social media, all these fitness influencers, they're telling you have to kill yourself in the gym, listen, you don't have to do crazy amounts of cardio. You don't have to spend 2-3 hours on the treadmill just slaving away. You can simply walk 1 mile a day, and that weight will start coming off. Number 2, reducing your daily calorie intake. Listen, I see most guys, when they want to start dropping weight, what do? Man, I'm about to start hooping with my boys. Man, I'm about to start hitting the gym every day. Man, I'm about to go to the gym 2 times a day. Those things are great because we feel like, hey, if we put in more effort, we're gonna be able to drop more weight a lot faster. But it's actually working on hard mode, because the majority of dropping body fat and even gaining mass, whether we want to lose or gain weight, is going to come primarily from our nutrition. Lifting weights is important. I'm not going to tell you shouldn't be doing it, but you can simply drop weight just by changing the way we eat, by simply reducing the amount of calories that we're eating. And so if you're eating, let's say 2,500 calories a day right now, and you're not dropping any weight, you can simply reduce that down to 2,000 calories a day and start dropping some weight. If you don't see the weight coming off, reduce it a little bit more. Don't drastically reduce your calorie intake, but you can drop it down to 1,800 calories a day. See if you start dropping weight. And once you find that sweet spot, stick with it. When you hit a plateau, reduce it a little bit more. But that's one of the easiest ways to drop body fat without killing yourself in the gym. For all my guys who say, we don't have a whole lot of time to spend in the gym, I'm one of them guys too. I only work out 3 to 4 days a week. What do I do to stay lean and cut year round? I make sure that my nutrition is dialed in, so that way I don't have to spend so much time in the gym to, be able to work out like a bodybuilder or anything like that. I nail down my nutrition. I make that my primary focus. One, because I want to be able to stay lean, keep my body fat below 8% body fat. but also I want to be healthy. Guys, there's so many guys out here nowadays, they're in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, and they're having health issues. They're having high blood pressure, that silent killer, type 2 diabetes, they're having strokes because they're not making nutrition a priority. Don't just simply reduce the amount of calories that you eat, but also make sure that you're eating quality food at least 80% of the time. I follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, I'm eating spot on. I'm eating my salmon, my jasmine rice, my asparagus, my eggs, my egg whites. I'm eating some steak from time to time. But then the other 20%, I may have some scotch, some tequila. I may eat some Reese's Cups or whatever, right? And so that way I'm still able to enjoy my life while keeping my body looking the way I want it to. So that's number 2, reduce your calorie intake. That way you can start dropping body fat without killing yourself in the gym. And number 3, cyclical fasting. This is a method that I discovered after doing bodybuilding. I did a couple of bodybuilding shows. You see one of my trophies back here. And then I also went to college for exercise science. So I learned a lot about nutrition as well as exercise physiology. And so I combined the two, my experiences from bodybuilding as well as my knowledge from college. And that's when I discovered the whole fasting and cyclical fasting. So I'm gonna break it down to you so you get a good idea on what it is. So I want you to think about this first. A lot of guys back when I was growing up, playing football in high school and college, we were balling out on the field. But then after we stopped playing sports, a lot of those guys gained a lot of weight, 20, 30, 50. Some of them gained over 100 pounds. And the reason why that happens is because our lifestyle that we had while we were in college playing sports, we were very active. And so we were able to eat more food. But after we stopped playing sports, some of us continue to eat the same way that we did when we were playing sports. And our activity level isn't as high anymore. And so a lot of guys tend to gain weight because their eating is still the same, but their activity level is way lower. And that's no good. If you want to drop body fat, your activity level should not be less than the amount that you're eating. Because if it is, you won't be able to drop body fat. Okay? And so here's the thing. Here's what we do with cyclical fasting. With cyclical fasting, we focus on eating a little bit more so specifically eating more starchy carbs on the days we lift weights, because we need a little bit more energy on those days to be able to really give it our best effort in the gym. Whether we're lifting and doing cardio, we're gonna need a little bit more energy because our activity level is higher. But on the days we don't lift weights, we don't need to eat as much, okay? And so we reduce our calorie, aka our energy intake. And so that way we can drop our body fat according to our activity level. And so if I'm working out 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I want to drop my body fat percentage, I may eat 2,000 calories on those days. But then the days I don't work out, I may drop it down to 1,700 calories. That's just an example, but that's just how it works, okay? And when I'm reducing that calorie intake, I'm more than likely just dropping my starchy carb intake because I just don't need that energy because I'm not working out. And so this method right here is nothing new. I've just combined my fasting because I love it. I enjoy doing fasting. There's a ton of benefits of doing fasting. You have different types of fasts out there like the 5-2 fast, the OMAD fast, but the fast that I truly enjoy is the 16-8 fast. And the truth is, guys, we can make this fasting thing support our lifestyle. So some days I don't fast for 16 hours. I may only fast for 14 hours. Other days I may fast for 16 or even 17 hours. And then I only have a 7 or 8 hour eating window. And what I love about it is that it gives a structure. And then a lot of times in the morning time, I don't have to focus on eating. All I'm doing is drinking some coffee, I'm drinking some water, and I'm getting right into action. I have so much focus and I feel sharp, and so I'm able to get a lot done in the morning time. And by the time it's time for me to eat my first meal, man, I'm good. I've gotten so much done. I've been so productive. And that's what a lot of busy professionals and entrepreneurs truly need. You need to be more productive towards the morning time. It's not for everybody. Fasting isn't a magic bullet, but there's a lot of benefits behind it. I enjoy it. Do I do it every single day? No, it's cyclical. Most days I do, but then some days I don't. And then the other side of it, like I was just explaining to you, is the calorie/carb cycling, okay? And so certain days when I'm working out, I'm gonna eat more starchy carbs. Days when I'm not working out, I'm gonna eat less starchy carbs. Still gonna eat some starchy carbs, but I'm gonna eat a lot less. And so that way I can drop my calorie intake on those days, and so that I can still drop body fat even though I'm not working out that hard. These are the three easy ways that you can drop body fat. Number one, start walking on a daily basis. You don't have to kill yourself with this stuff. Now, I'm not telling you that you shouldn't do interval training, running, sprinting, jogging, whatever it is, but walking is an easy way to get the job done without suffering. Number two, reducing your calorie intake. A lot of guys, they struggle to drop weight because they're focusing on eating quality food, but they don't have the right quantity of food to drop body fat. And so make sure, start tracking it. Use the app called MyFitnessPal, and so that you can start dropping body fat because you understand how much you're actually eating. I mean, that app has everything in it. You can even go eat at Chick-fil-A and you can say, hey, I ate this meal at Chick-fil-A. I ate 12-count nugget, large fry at Chick-fil-A, and it's gonna show you exactly how much you ate. And so that's number two. Make sure that you reduce your calorie intake. And then number three, my hot sauce, my magic sauce on how I help my members drop body fat, cyclical fasting. On the days we lift, we eat a little bit more. On the days we don't, we eat a little bit less. It helps us balance our energy levels out so that we're able to drop body fat while still being able to eat the foods we enjoy. Alright guys, so with that said, be sure to like, comment down below any topics or questions that you might have, and be sure to subscribe too, by the way. Alright, we out.